And Nancy Cordes is in Lake Worth, Florida, where Hillary Clinton is working to keep the momentum going, if nothing else. And Nancy, again, we have seen this focus on getting the early vote out from this campaign, really throughout the summer, to be sure. Now, though, that they have some tangible results to take a look at, how do they feel it's going so far?
Well, here in Florida, they've got two metrics to look at. One is mail-in ballots, which have been taking place for some time, and the other is early in-person voting, which only started on Monday. So they don't have that much data to draw on yet when it comes to in-person voting, but they're pleased with what they see from the mail-in ballots, and that's because typically Republicans here in Florida have an edge with mail-in ballots. Back in 2012, there were about 5% more mail-in ballots turned in by this time by Republicans than by Democrats. This time around, that gap has shrunk considerably to about 1.7%. So Republicans still have an edge, but not as big of an edge as they typically have. Democrats tend to do better in in-person voting, and so that's why Hillary Clinton is here right now on a rare two-day trip. Her campaign believes that they can get the most bang for their buck by having her in the states where early voting is taking place right now. So she's here in Florida for 2 days. Then she goes to North Carolina tomorrow. Then she goes to Iowa on Friday. And those are the three battleground states with the most robust early voting operations. In fact, the campaign believes that 6 in 10 Florida voters will vote early. So that means they're casting their ballots right now.
Meanwhile, Nancy, the latest batch of WikiLeaks emails indicate now that President Obama at least had reason to know of Clinton's use of private email while she was Secretary of State. What is the implication here?
Well, you know, it's hard to say. It certainly always seemed a little strange that the president told our Bill Plant in March of 2015 that he had no idea that Hillary Clinton was using a private email account, because we knew that he emailed her, not all the time, but not infrequently either. And so theoretically, he would see when her emails came in that those emails were coming from a personal account and rather than a state.gov account. Now, there is some indication that he, if he didn't know, should have known. What that really means, though, is unclear, because a lot of the damage having to do with her private email account and private server has already been done. We already know that everybody in Clinton world worked to try to spin this story to look less damaging for her, and the fact that perhaps the president himself may have been involved doesn't really change the storyline all that much.
Former Secretary of State Colin Powell, meanwhile, has now officially said he will vote for Hillary Clinton. We learned of perhaps some of his personal feelings as it regards Secretary Clinton in the hacked emails that we saw from his Gmail account. He, of course, also called Donald Trump a national disgrace. So in the end, net, what kind of boost is this for her?
You know, I don't think it ends up being much of a boost, Josh. First of all, because of the way that he endorsed her. It was pretty much the most low-key endorsement possible. He was asked about it at a luncheon on Long Island. It wasn't televised. He essentially admitted that he was voting for Clinton, and had some critical things to say about Donald Trump. Says he's basically selling the American people a bill of goods, but it's nothing like the fanfare surrounding his endorsement of then Senator Barack Obama back in 2008. He went on a Sunday show. He said, yes, I'm a Republican, but here's why I'm backing Barack Obama. You know, and so that did have a big impact. It created sort of this permission structure for some moderate Republicans to go ahead and vote for President Obama. In this case, we know that he's got some serious reservations about Hillary Clinton because of those emails that you mentioned. In fact, in one email, he said that everything she touches, she screws up. So it's pretty clear that he feels he's choosing from the lesser of two evils here. And because of that, I'm not sure that it's going to sway many votes.
That seemed very clear indeed. Nancy Cordes there in Florida. We do appreciate it.
You're welcome, Josh.